Okay, welcome back to the Woodworks. Really excited today. In a previous episode, I did a recipe that my mom used to make for me and my brother and my sisters when we were little, and it's called Betty's Goulash. And it was, pasta, ground beef or ground turkey or ground chicken in a diluted kind of red sauce. So I amped it up and it came out great. So she also made one with rice. So I kind of took that idea, and this is Betty's Goulash Part 2, the sequel.
Turn off the Food Network and let me show you how the wood works.
I'm gonna read you the ingredients. It's really simple. A pound of ground chicken, 2 cups of cooked rice, 1 beer, 2 packs of Sazon Goya, 1 diced onion, 3 cloves of garlic chopped up, 2 tablespoons of fresh basil chopped, 1 diced jalapeno, salt and pepper to taste, and olive oil. That's it. So we're gonna take it to the stove and get cooking. Okay, so the concept here is just to get the onion sauteing with some olive oil, but I have the beer here because I'm only gonna add the olive oil in the beginning, and then as we go, I'll add beer, so we're not using so much oil, and the beer is gonna give it some nice flavor too. And I'm more of a beer guy. I don't like cooking with wine often. I do it, but it's not what I prefer. So we're gonna add some oil. Let's get the onions in here. Just gonna get the onions going. I'm gonna hit them with a little salt, a little pepper. Okay, I'm gonna add the garlic. Okay, I'm gonna add a little beer. Then I'm just gonna let that reduce down, and at that point, all the onions and garlic will be cooked nicely, and then I'm gonna start adding the rest of the stuff. Okay, I'm gonna add the ground chicken. I'm gonna break it up a little bit. Then I'm gonna season it with some salt and pepper and get this all moving around. I'm gonna add 1 of the packs of the Sazon Goya too. Hit this with a little salt and pepper. And then 1 of the packs of the Sazon Goya. Add a little more of the beer. And then I'm gonna add the 2nd pack of the Sazon Goya when I add the rice in. Okay, I'm gonna add most of the jalapeno, and the basil will come last. You could also use cilantro, sage, whatever herb you like, whatever's your favorite. The jalapeno is gonna add a nice little spice, but not too much. I love fresh jalapeno, so. All right, gonna add the rice in. And I had a little more than 2 cups in here, so I'm gonna hold off on a little bit of it. See how this looks. Also gonna hit this with the Sazon Goya. Oh yeah. And here we go. It's coming together. Coming together nicely. This is, I would say, very different from what my mom used to make. She would just kind of, in a pan, just cook the ground beef and then throw some rice in there, salt and pepper, and that was it. So I'm just gonna add a little more of the rice. And then just a little more beer. That's it. Just gonna let that come up to heat, so it's hot, and then I'm gonna give it a taste. But as you can see, it's coming together, really, really nice, like a cohesive dish. And this is just from, working class, family growing up in Dorchester. My dad was a mailman. My mom used to work for the Boston School Committee, so we didn't have much. There was 8 of us in the house, 6 kids, and, goulash was kind of one of the things she could make quick when she came home from work. So Mom, this one's for you. I amped up your recipe a little bit, but it looks really, really great right now. And I'm gonna give it a taste. Once I add that basil, it's all it's missing. Doesn't need salt, doesn't need pepper, doesn't need anything. Love it. It's great. Yes. Okay. Now just gonna hit it with some of the basil. Save a little to garnish. And that's it. There you have it, folks. Betty's Goulash Part 2, the sequel. It's kind of like the New Kids reunion, the comeback. A little more basil. I love basil. I'm really happy with this. Tastes fantastic. Gonna plate it up, give it a real solid taste. Be right back. Okay, Betty's Goulash Part 2. Gonna give it a taste. Oh boy. It's so good. You take a bite, you taste everything. So I got the jalapeno, the basil, the Sazon Goya, the garlic, the onions. You can just taste everything so good. It has so much flavor. And you saw how easy that was. Main thing is, don't overcook the ground chicken, ground turkey, or the beef, whatever you're using, don't overcook it. As it starts to get, cooked and you start seeing the pink go away, add the rice, finish it off. Take it off the heat. Because, that's, especially turkey and chicken, dried out is terrible. This is a victory, man. Really proud of myself. This is so good. And healthy. You got your protein, you got your carbohydrates. A good meal planning kind of meal. I mean, only thing in there was the olive oil, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing else that wasn't healthy. Oh, I mean,
Beer.
well, the beer, yeah. But the alcohol cooks off. The alcohol's gone. And that's just a slight flavor. I only used like half the beer. But when you get a little of the jalapeno in there, it is perfection. Because it's just the right amount of heat. Please try this at home. Your kids are gonna love it. So much flavor. This is gonna be dinner in the Wood House tonight, so enjoy it. Yeah! Let's go. What's next? What's next?
I don't know. You're supposed to be. You're the boss.
What?
You're the boss.
I'm the boss? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm the boss. I am the boss. See you next time.